Okay, Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Respected viewers, this is a very good morning and I hope you all are well. In today's session, we are going to talk about a new chapter, a new unit in leadership course, and that is Charismatic and Transformational Leadership. First of all, it is very important to understand what is the basic idea behind the word charisma. In fact, it's a Greek terminology which means divinely inspired gift. A special quality of leaders, in fact, it denotes the special quality of leaders whose purposes, powers, and extraordinary determination actually tends to differentiate them from each other. And similarly, having a charismatic and charming and colorful personality is the fundamental principles of this being charismatic leadership. In practice, we have a number of different definitions regarding this word, that is charismatic leadership, but predominantly, if you would like to have the central idea of charismatic leadership, it underlies in this concept that charisma is a positive, first of all, it's a positive and compelling quality that makes many others wants to be led by the person who has it. The central idea is somebody has got this charming and colorful and attractive personality. In terms of personality, predominantly it's a personality, and there are a number of people who do not have this kind of charming personality and they would like to be led by that particular individual. So the main idea is that if those kind of people who are having these kind of personality attribute and trait, they are considered as the charismatic leaders. Later on, we are going to talk about a number of different examples in different contexts too. Okay. Charismatic leadership involves the attributions made by group members about the characteristics of leader and the results they tend to achieve or they intend to achieve. When group members perceive a leader to have a certain characteristics, the leader will more likely to be perceived as characteristic. The central idea is that we have two different school of point of view from where you can observe a particular leader. One point of view is from the leader's side, in which a number of followers, they want to see their leaders according to that particular certain characteristics. In contrast, there are a different perspective from the followers or subordinates point of view that you would like to see from the, you can say, from the leader's perspective. So this is a kind of implicit way of different theories altogether. So charismatic leaders use impression management. That's the very important thing, that they would like to last a good impression on their followers, on the community they would like to lead, and at least they are leading at the moment, to cultivate their relationships with group members. So in fact, they are more together, they are more towards you can say, in order to achieve a better relationship with all the peers or with all the subordinates they are accountable for or they are responsible for. In fact, influence people beyond their immediate subordinates and become symbol of their organization. A number of different examples such as Bill Gates and so on. So another very important, so far we discussed what do you mean by charisma or charismatic leadership. Now second very important question arises over here. What are the main effects of being charisma or being, you can say, developing these kind of characteristics oneself, that is charismatic type of leadership? So the effect of charisma is mostly, you can say, found and ingrained or inbuilt in the positive effect of the charismatic leader triggers in different groups. With charismatic leader, group members are normally, these are the general ideas, that they are found to be happy, have increased productivity and reduce occupational stress due to the positive mood observed by their superiors or leaders. They have built a good trust of their leaders' belief that yes, there is a mutual trust, and as a result, when that leader is going to establish or they are going to have the trust among all of his or her subordinate, definitely the subordinate, they are going to reciprocate the same thing at the point in time when it is required. Definitely, just because of the charismatic personality of the leader, the subordinate, they have affection of their leader, they identify with and attempt to emulate the leader. Emulate means they are going to copy a number of good characteristics posed by the leader, and they are going to apply the same thing down the hierarchy or in their team workers. So have emotional involvement in the mission of the organization. It is very important. Unless you do not find that people are very much involved in the towards the achievement of the organizational objective, later on it will become extremely challenging for the leaders to observe that they are going to meet their mission statement after a certain period of time. Similarly, the very important effect of charisma upon their, you can say, subordinates is the last point that I mentioned over there, that is they feel that they are able to accomplish and contribute towards the accomplishment of the vision. And this is considered technically known as the, you can say, self-belief of the, you can say, subordinates. And as a result, when they are going to work in a team formation, this is a kind of self-belief. Yes, one day, sooner or later, they are going to achieve the assignments or the annual objective or the organizational mission. So, let's talk about different types of charismatic leaders. We have predominantly in organizational context as well as in industries in particular, 3 different types of charismatic leaders. First one is very common, that is known as socialized charismatic type of leaders. They restrain the use of power in the interest of others. Their followers have a clear sense of self and values. The second one is the personalized characteristics. These kind of leaders, they used to retain the maximum of their power in order to serve their own interest. Their followers tend to be obedient, submissive to authority, and they are very much dependent towards the instruction they normally receive from the superiors. Let me give you the first very good example for that. You can identify the number of people who do charity activities or philanthropic activities in your society. The main objective is to help others without being promoting their oneself or themselves on social media or different kind of platform. Without being engaged in a kind of pretension activity, the main objective lies in the fact that they would like to solely and solely their objective is to help the community or the society in which they live in. This is a kind of, you can say, socialized charismatic. These kind of people you will hardly identify in your society nowadays, because nowadays we are very much, you can say, moving towards a society in which people are very much accustomed to make their efforts visible in the society. And one of the very simple, you can say, and very easy platforms is your social media. So more towards, you can say, personalized one. Now, the last one is very interesting. That is celebrity characteristics. Let me give you 2 very simple examples. One example is the founder of Starbucks, and the second example is the, you can say, the CEO of, you can say, I can exactly recall Volt and some other organization, US based organizations too. What exactly do? A number of time, let me emphasize on the specific, the founder of Starbucks. Although the person is the founder of a business organization, but whenever you can say there is a national issue in his country, you already find him very much influential and very much involved in order to debate, in order to put their argument, in order to describe, in order to share his personal views regarding the national issues. So this is the kind of mix. The central idea is that the celebrity charismatic type of personality or leaders are those who are in the organization, as well as they are very much involved in a kind of politics. So business plus politics, okay, these kind of things. So different personality characteristics you can identify on different period of time. Definitely it will require you to have observe some time through which you can identify different characteristics or idiosyncrasies of the specific charismatic leaders. Some of them you find them visionary, masterful communication skills, ability to inspire trust. I talked about the mutual trust between leaders and followers, and later on when the leader is going to demonstrate that he or she or they are having some kind of inbuilt trust upon their followers, definitely followers are going to reciprocate the same after some time. Similarly, you will also identify different characteristics of charismatic leaders, such as tactful in social situations, energy and action orientation, and emotional expressiveness and warmth, romanticize the risk, unconventional strategies, self-promoting personality, even narcissists, and test employees, and dramatic and unique. Collectively, you will identify they ensure their visibility through the impression management. This is the central idea. Okay? Okay, I don't want to go into greater detail regarding the vision and how they are going to understanding, but very, very important that how vision, which is one of the very prime characteristics of the charismatic leader, how it is very much related with the organizational context. If you primarily concentrate on this particular diagram, starting from the legs, in organization, the top management, they build their vision and mission statements, followed by internal organization evaluation, as well as external environment evaluation, followed by they craft their strategy and long-term objectives, followed by they are going to implement it, and later on they are going to evaluate and control it. It is very important at this point in time to try to identify how the vision aspect, which is one of the fundamental characteristics, being visionary is one of the fundamental characteristics of the charismatic type of leader, how they are going to have the effect on the strategic management process of the organization. If you look at this particular diagram, which starts from left to right, the very first one starts with the developing vision and mission statement for the organization. And you can see being visionary is one of the very important characteristics of charismatic leadership. As a result, you can simply conclude that yes, once you have identified an effective and meaningful vision and mission statement for your organization, definitely based on that you are going to craft different strategies. For example, you may go for broad differentiation, you may go for overall low cost leadership, you may go for differentiation focus, you may go for cost focus type of a strategy, or you may go for best cost type of strategy. Whatever the strategic choice you are going to implement in your organization, you need to get it implemented, and so on and so forth till that is the last step, that is evaluation and control mechanism of your strategy that you have taken. In short, we can observe that yes, being visionary, it has a significant and substantial effect towards the strategic management process. So it is very much related with the leadership of the organization. Okay, the vision component of the charismatic leadership, I have already, we have discussed, yes, now that the vision statement is likely to be more inspirational when it combines three different elements. The first one, a reason of being beyond making money. You should not only restrict yourself towards explaining how you're going to earn money, because if you're going to emphasize on the how you're going to earn money, you are primarily concentrating towards the business model, not the strategy, not the vision part of the strategy. The second one is timeless and unchanging core values and ambitious but achievable type of goals. Your goals should not be over ambitious.